Viewer discretion is advised.
All right. You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents.
Indeed we do.
Or at least some kind of accent close to the northern border.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a very special fan pick for you today.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, howdy,
I'm
did
scared.
I take on
a lot.
a hell of a... It's not even a case, a series of cases.
You have been warning me about this for 6 days.
Since Wednesday.
Since before we went to DC.
So 9 days, really.
Oh my God, that's right. Because it took me 6 days to get home. Well, no, it took John 6 days to get home. Y'all,
I wrote these notes a long time ago, and they have been weighing heavily on my mind.
I'm ready for you to get them out. We're hanging on by a thread.
Well, shout out, thank you to Tiffany Raymond.
God bless you, Tiffany.
Tiffany had the brilliant idea to cover Finger Lakes crimes.
Oh, gotta love the Finger Lakes.
The Finger Lakes. I didn't know jack shit about them.
They're cool.
They're in New York.
They are upstate.
Upstate. Well,
Glacial lake chunks.
we'll tell you. I'll tell you about them.
Can't wait.
Well, before we get to that, Amanda, what's our wine crime pairing for Finger Lakes crimes?
Well, our fan picker, Tiffany, wanted me to pick a wine from the Cayuga region of the Cayuga Lake region of the Finger Lakes. And so real quick, I'm just going to shout out the Cayuga Ridge Estate Winery. They are in Ovid, New York, off of Route 89. And they're a top-rated local winery. They use sustainable winemaking practices. They grow all of their grapes. It's all locally sourced, very carefully made, and they have some beautiful wines. They specifically have a Cab Franc that I really want to try. But they have a great variety of reds, whites. If you're looking for something sweet, they also do fruit wines. They have a cranberry essence fruit wine.
Oh my.
That's like a crisp white wine, like almost effervescent, like almost a sparkling, but not quite. That's infused with cranberry, like around the holidays for like cranberry mimosas, and float a little cranberry. I mean, are you kidding me? That sounds so good.
Little spritzer,
Right?
little spritz.
Yeah, little spritzer. So check them out at CayugaRidgeWinery.com. That's CAYUGA Ridgewinery.com. But I wanted to talk a little bit because like upstate New York and especially the Finger Lakes area, wine is a big deal there. There's actually a large wine production community in New York State. My dad worked with Canandaigua Wine Company for a number of years. And I've had the pleasure of tasting some really beautiful wines from these regions. And the viticultural area is just super unique. So the Cayuga Lake Basin is one of two major land formations in the Finger Lakes that resulted from glacial activity in the Pleistocene epoch.
My favorite epoch.
The best epoch. The Cayuga Lake Basin is separated from the second major basin, the Seneca Lake Basin, which we'll get to Seneca Lake, but people call it Seneca Lake, not Lake Seneca. And both topography and soil type have been affected by this like upheaval. So the topography separating Cayuga Lake Basin and Seneca Lake Basin form from the town of Fayette south to the town of Ovid, which is where this winery we shouted out today is low, poorly drained pockets. And from the town of Ovid toward the south, there's increasing elevation that rises way above the temperature moderating effects of the lakes of Cayuga and Seneca Lakes.
Oh.
The maximum elevation in that area is no more than about 800 feet, but above the surface of Cayuga Lake. But the elevation of areas to the east, west, and south get to up to 2,000 feet. So they have a lot of different elevation options for where they can plant their grapes to get the best outcome, which is super cool. And then it has this little like microclimate that is created by both lakes, Cayuga and Seneca. So due to the cold air drainage down, the valley slopes in summer, and the release of heat stored in Cayuga Lake, the risk of an early frost is reduced. So they have an opportunity to reach full maturity.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I love that.
The lake does so much for the area that allows these grapes to grow. And that's why the winemaking culture up there is like so special, because it's literally a perfect little microclimate for growing these grapes.
That's very cool.
Anyway, I just thought that I would talk a little bit about that, mostly because Ashwin consistently one-ups me with his knowledge, and also because the Wikipedia on that area is really in depth. So I did link it in my sources. Definitely take a look if you're more interested in it. I didn't have time to go over everything, obviously, but like there's a lot of really cool information about that specific AVA in the United States if you nerd out on that kind of stuff. And we don't have Ashwin here to talk to about it.
No, but you should text him.
I very well may. I'll just like raw send him that Wikipedia link with no context. Isn't this fascinating?
At 2
Anyway,
a.m.
So yeah, definitely at 2 a.m. Check out CayugaRidgeWinery.com. And if you're in the area, definitely go in for a tasting. The next time we're in upstate New York, which we will be back, we love Buffalo so much, we're going to have to make it a point to taste more Finger Lakes wines.
Twist my arm, twist my finger.
I know, right? All right, let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors before we dive into the Finger Lakes.
Let's do it.
Tons of parents say, I don't plan on formula, and most don't. And yet, 74% of families turn to it at some point in their feeding journey. As a new parent, you're already exhausted and you're nervous. There's a lot to learn. You have to decode long ingredients lists or blindly trust brands without much transparency. That is a lot. Parents shouldn't have to bend over backwards to understand what they're feeding their newborn.
Yeah, make your life a little bit simpler with Little Spoon. They really stand out because they are explicit about what's in their organic grass-fed whole milk infant formula, how it's sourced, and how each batch is safely tested. And to back it up, they publish their testing results right on their site. You don't have to like go down Googling rabbit holes and like freaking yourself out. It's all just right there. But the best part is once you're through the formula stage, you don't have to scramble all over again. Little Spoon is built to grow with your baby, to be a feeding partner from day one with expert crafted recipes for babies, then toddlers and big kids, pediatrician backed guidance, and a community of parents just like you. This is nutrition for every stage of babies and kids development, already thought through and delivered straight to your door, which is another huge thing off your plate.
Yeah, going to the grocery store extra with a toddler? No, thank you.
No.
Delivery, please.
Could not recommend Little Spoon more. Their formula is modeled after breast milk to be gentle on little baby tummies and easy to digest. Complete nutrition from day one with iron, prebiotics, DHA, and ARA to support growth, digestion, and brain and eye development. You know, just those really important things.
If formula is part of your feeding journey right now, Little Spoon makes that choice feel less heavy. Their organic grass-fed whole milk infant formula is a complete nutrition recipe modeled after breast milk, and everything is openly shared on littlespoon.com, from sourcing to ingredients to safety testing. Try Little Spoon formula with their 2-can trial pack. Buy one, get one free. That's $30 for 2 cans, which is great if you're easing into the transition. That's littlespoon.com/try formula.
We're so excited to share that this podcast is sponsored by The Real Real, the world's largest and most trusted source for authenticated luxury resale.
The Real Real is, for real, the most amazing thing. Like, the luxury is unmatched. It's so easy to use. It's so easy to sell. It's so easy to find what you're looking for. Just no one does resale like The Real Real. They drop over 10,000 new arrivals every day from brands like Gucci, Fendi, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Tiffany & Co., Cartier, so many more at up to 90% off retail. So if you have like a special occasion coming up, I'm telling you, I use this heavy for my wedding. You know that you're going to get a top beautiful product because their rigorous authentication process and their team of luxury experts, they're on it. It is resale that you can trust. The RealReal is just the smarter way to shop luxury. You can refresh your closet by selling pieces that you no longer wear and using that value towards something you'll love even more. It's a more sustainable way to shop because your items stay in circulation longer, and it's a smarter way to buy because you know you can always resell when you're ready for something new. I did that. I bought shoes off of the RealReal for my wedding that I didn't end up wearing, and I resold them on the RealReal, and part of what I sold went toward getting myself a new winter coat, which I also got for like a third of the original sale price, and it still had the tag on it.
Incredible.
Like, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
The RealReal is the most trusted name in authenticated luxury resale. With over 10,000 new arrivals daily, no one does resale like The RealReal. Get $25 off your first purchase when you go to therealreal.com/gals. Plus, this May only, you can get an extra $200 to shop when you sell for the first time. That's therealreal.com/gals, therealreal.com/gals.
That old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, sounds right until you actually do the math. It is. Sometimes you find, oh no, it is broke, and so are we. For most businesses, shipping is like that thing. What's it actually costing you? Because if nobody's questioning it or keeping that specific tally of what those shipping costs are, it can get out of hand so much quicker than you anticipate, and it's probably costing you way more than it should. And we're here to tell you that ShipStation makes switching easy, and the savings are immediate.
Yeah, most businesses are overpaying on shipping without even realizing it. But ShipStation automatically compares rates across UPS, USPS, and FedEx on every order with savings of up to 90%. ShipStation connects to over 200 online marketplaces and the accounting and CRM tools you're already using. That means no rebuilding, no disruption. And with built-in returns management, you can even turn returns into revenue without slowing down your team. We've been using ShipStation for almost a decade now, since day one, and I know it intimately. I just processed a return late last night. It takes 5 seconds. Their interface is
so easy.
Super easy to use. Their customer service is really unmatched. And over 1 million businesses leveled up their shipping game with ShipStation, with customers reporting scaling fulfillment up to 40 times while cutting costs up to 30%.
Who doesn't love that? Come on. The sooner you switch, the sooner you start saving time and money. Get started with ShipStation today and get 60 days free at ShipStation.com with code GALS. That's ShipStation.com, code GALS. ShipStation.com, code GALS. Taxes and fees apply. All right, we're back and more terrified than ever. Lucy, what do you got for us for Finger Lakes crime?
Well, first, I want to thank you for giving us such a helpful overview of the topography of the region because I'll tell you a little bit about the Finger Lakes, but really not much.
Because you're going to dive into this insane case stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So the Finger Lakes are a group of 11 long, narrow, roughly north-south lakes located in an area called the Finger Lakes region.
Fingers!
But there's 11 of them. So maybe that's also a nose.
It's a finger and one nub.
Yeah. The geological term Finger Lake refers to a long, narrow lake in an over-deepened glacial valley. As you mentioned. Pleistocene maxing.
Yep.
So it's all
Pleistocene epoch maxing.
epoch maxing.
Yes.
Yuck. So it is both just a general term and the proper noun of this region. Though none of the lake's widths exceeds 3.5 miles, Seneca Lake is over 38 miles long.
Yeah, baby. They're skinny and long, and they're creepy as fuck.
They're creepy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Spooky Lakes month for sure over here.
Jeez,
it's all year
Geo.
round, baby.
I gotta text Geo about this. Make sure.
Oh,
she's covered it.
she's covered some fingies.
And at 66.9 square miles, again, Seneca Lake. Did you say Lake Seneca or Seneca Lake?
They call it Seneca Lake.
Okay, that's what I have. Okay.
Yep.
It is the largest in total area.
Mm-hmm.
So long and skinny, tall and
Yeah,
thin.
she big.
So again, Seneca Lake is the widest and also the deepest.
Yep.
The depth is 618 feet.
Yep.
Which is well below sea level.
Terrifying.
And I just feel like a lake being that deep inland in such a way that would just invite monsters, right?
Well, don't worry. We'll talk about it.
Ugh. I don't know why that creeps me out so bad.
You know there's monsters.
There have to be.
There's definitely shit down there we have never seen.
Ugh. And from like probably caves from like other deep ass shit.
Honey. Imagine the caves.
It's giving dread.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is
It's giving existential dread. That's actually starting to like make me feel uncomfy.
It really is.
It's giving let's move on.
My skin is literally crawling. It's giving let's move on. Okay, the next one, Cayuga.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say it? Do you know these?
Yep.
How?
I lived up there.
Oh, is it like Rochester-y?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody vacations in the Finger Lakes.
Okay.
And you know, I knew a lot of these names also because of my dad working with the Canandaigua Wine Company.
Mm-hmm.
There were wineries all over this region, and so he traveled between a lot of different ones.
That's cool.
And knew how to pronounce all of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
A couple of these lakes are like really tiny and like nobody lives on or near them. So they're more like you go there to hike.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cayuga Lake, we have Cayuga Lake, which is the longest at 40 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Canandaigua Lake. I can't believe that this is how you pronounce it, but Skinny Atlas Lake.
Correct. Skinny Atlas.
Wow. If I Googled it, but if I hadn't, I would have guessed Scaniatelis.
That was one of Dad's favorites. He thought that one was very funny.
I bet he did.
You can fucking picture it. Like, you can hear it.
Skinny Atlas.
And you can hear my eyes rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, uh-huh.
Out of your skull.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving at the end of dinner when the server takes the plate and it's empty and he says, I hated it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, every time. Every time.
Then we have Owasco Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Otisco Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Owasco and Otisco.
Mm-hmm.
Twins.
And Nabisco. I wish.
Honeoy. Close to Nabisco, I think. This is the shallowest at 30 feet.
Did you skip Kinesis?
No, I just wanted to connect Owasco, Otisco, and Honeoy because they sounded Nabisco.
Yeah.
Kinesis Lake. Hemlock Lake. Wow. Be creepier, why don't you? And Canadis?
I think so. That one's escaping me. That's the tiny one.
Canadice.
Canadice.
It's the smallest at 3 square miles.
Yeah, I don't know jack shit about her.
Mm-mm.
Who even are you? She doesn't even go here.
She doesn't even go here.
Literally grow up.
Grow wide.
Bigger.
The lakes are beloved for their natural beauty. The deep waters of the largest lakes combined with the steep slopes of their hillsides, like you said, create a microclimate ideal for wine production. Oh, Ocho has his whole asshole just pointed at the camera. I'm so sorry. Did you see that?
I love it. Come back. Come back.
Here, Och. Show him your bum.
Show off.
Show him,
Oh.
little golf ball head.
I love his tiny head. I can't wait. I'll see you tomorrow.
See Auntie.
I'll see you
Auntie
tomorrow.
Amanda tomorrow. Okay. Microclimate, which attracts winemakers and enthusiasts from all over the world to the region. Some of the lakes are well developed with cottages and popular tourism industries, while others are pristine and underdeveloped, with miles of peaceful, picturesque hiking and biking trails.
Yeah, it's kind of like their combination of North Shore boundary waters.
Yeah.
Like, that's how hardcore people, as they should be. It is a natural wonder of the state, of the country, and should be preserved alongside the other natural wonders, big naturals we have in this state.
Great Lakes, Finger Lakes, all the lakes.
Gorgeous.
So that's all I'm going to tell you about the actual Finger Lakes, because our fan picker asked me to cover this particular town and the crimes that happened in it. And I was not expecting what that entailed. So this is the rest of my segment.
Okay.
Between 1989 and 1999, a bizarre string of deaths took place in and around the town/village, because they call their towns villages up there.
Yep.
Of Dryden.
Okay.
That's in Tompkins County, New York.
Never been.
Don't go.
Apparently not. Well, as long as you go after 1999, maybe you're fine.
Yeah, it's actually a really beautiful town, and
a lot of the little villages, like it's very old school Excelsior vibes. Like these little lake vacation towns, but people live there year round.
Yes.
And they're just so quaint and cute. And there's like little local shops and local wine. There's usually great food. It's really fun. If you haven't had a chance to get up there and check out some of these cute little Finger Lakes villages, they are so stinking cute. Upstate New York is fun.
Well, leaf peeping.
Yeah. Big time.
Corey's parents are going up there. They went leaf peeping last year with their RV.
Cute.
Just drove up the coast a little bit.
Good for them.
I know. Okay, so just for your orientation, Dryden is closest to Cayuga Lake. And Ithaca is like kind of the closest larger city, I believe. Okay.
That's where Cornell is. Ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Also, Beans is saying hi.
Hi, Beaness. Sweet girl.
He's a baby.
All of
Very
our oranges.
cat-heavy episode.
Yeah.
Were you curious? Were you a curious girl?
So
okay, you can continue.
On Friday, December 22nd, 1989, 41-year-old Dodie Harris was setting up the last of the Christmas decorations with her daughter Shelby, who's 15 years old, and her son Mark, who was 11 years old.
Okay.
When something happened. We will never know for sure, but the police's theory is that a 33-year-old man named Michael King showed up at their house, somehow gained entry with the intent to rob them.
Okay.
Dodie, as you sort of mentioned, had a little general store on the property called the Gray Goose. It was just her own cute little boutique shop. And it's thought that maybe Michael was trying to rob the till, or thought that they had like cash in their house.
Okay.
So he takes all three of them and ties them up. At some point, he sexually assaulted 15-year-old Shelby. Oh, God. Who had been bound with what they think was the belt, like the sash from her winter formal dress.
Oh, my God.
And the photo of which was one of the last photos taken of her.
Is that on the drive?
I don't think so.
Dare I look? Okay.
I don't think, maybe let me look. I have a lot of photos on the drive.
You sure do.
No, I don't have that one.
Okay.
And I'm kind of glad I don't, because it's really devastating.
That's very creepy, yeah.
So Dodie and her two children are tied up. Then the husband and father, 39-year-old Tony Harris, he comes home to this hostage situation, and all four Harris family members are shot execution style with a small caliber handgun.
Ugh.
So they are all killed. And then their bodies were doused in gasoline and lit on fire inside their home.
Oh, my God.
But like somehow the fire didn't burn like the house down. It just kind of went out. The police were called the next day, and forensics found 0 fingerprints. Like, it was weird. They did not find any fingerprints from inside that house.
Like fingerprints even of the family? Like it had clearly been wiped clean?
It was very suspiciously wiped down. Finally, by February, so that happened in December, at the end of December. By February, they had zeroed in on Michael King as a suspect because he had used Doty's credit cards to purchase some dumb shit like sneakers and like some Christmas gifts.
Okay.
But they were pretty easily able to track that. I mean, eventually. So they also arrested his mother, who was a professional house cleaner.
Oh.
They thought that maybe she had helped him clean the crime scene because, again, there were no fucking fingerprints or anything.
Yup.
And she had also confessed to using Doty's credit card. On February 7th, 1990, Michael King was killed in a shootout with police in his apartment in Dryden when they attempted to arrest him. They did arrest his mother, Shirley, and she was tried and found guilty of burglary, arson, and some other charges. The key evidence was a single fingerprint on a can of gasoline found at the scene.
Ugh.
And she spent more than 2 years behind bars before a state police investigator admitted to falsifying the evidence by planting her fingerprint on the gasoline can.
Oh, okay.
So that overturned her conviction and she got out.
Well, yeah, because the evidence, I mean, she should have gotten out.
She should have gotten out.
That's fucked up. They can't do that shit.
No. It might be worth noting that she and her son are black. We're black.
Okay.
But yeah, that whole thing was fucked up. It's thought that her son was the one who committed the murders, who broke into the house, and
that she had maybe cleaned the house and either knew about it ahead of time or helped after the fact.
Maybe or just spent. He said, "Here, I got some credit cards for you, Mom," and she didn't really question it.
Oh, okay.
She was out and she remained out for the rest of her life. She passed away in 2015 at the age of 80. The Harris family is buried all together in St. Mary's Cemetery in DeWitt, New York.
So is that crime still considered unsolved then?
No, I mean,
okay.
That's what happened. He wasn't tried. We won't know. Again, we won't know for sure because he killed himself before he could be arrested. But it's not. It's considered a closed case.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So that was between December and February, right? Before Michael's death had even brought an end to the Harris case, another crisis struck Dryden.
Okay, so he hadn't died by suicide quite yet when another crime happened, but he was like...
Yeah, about a month and a half went by between the murders of the Harris family and police attempting to arrest him, and that's when he shot himself.
Got it, okay.
So in that month and a half, 23-month-old Eliza Mae Bush went missing in nearby Lansing. So this little almost 2-year-old. Her mother, Christine Lane, age 24, had called the cops and said that Eliza had walked off from like the driveway of their apartment. Like she had gone to take the garbage out, and Eliza was like kind of right behind her, and then she wasn't, and she couldn't find her.
Terrifying.
One of her mittens was left in the driveway.
No.
A massive search followed. Obviously, people were out immediately looking for that little girl. It's I think this was in January or February. It's winter in upstate New York.
It's cold.
And the Harris family thing had just happened.
Oh God.
And they didn't have anyone arrested yet for that. So people were kind of jumping to conclusions that maybe the killer might have kidnapped Eliza. So there were so many tips and leads, but none of them were panning out. After a February 15th polygraph examination, the mother, Christine, admitted to staging a kidnapping and hiding Eliza's body in the woods a half-mile from her home. She just like piled pieces of wood on top of her to like hide her.
But was she alive?
No.
So did the mom kill her?
Eliza had died of suffocation. Christine was allowed to go to her daughter's funeral, where she was like escorted by a corrections officer because she was in custody. and the corrections officer overheard her say something like, I wish she would have just laid down and gone to sleep.
No.
So
oh my God.
The evidence point to Eliza wasn't like going down for her nap, or she wasn't sleeping, and Christine killed her daughter.
That is so tragic, and it's tragic for both. It's mostly tragic for that baby, but like it's also tragic for that mom who snapped in probably a moment of horrifying overwhelm, no sleep, hormones going crazy, like postpartum. I mean, I know this wasn't a new baby, but that stuff can last for a long fucking time.
Depression is depression.
Yeah.
And if you're not actively helping yourself and
right, or getting
it,
support,
it's not going to go away just because your kid is almost 2.
And should this woman do the inner work of healing, like that guilt will be insurmountable, unbelievable. That's just tragic.
I know. So Christine was convicted of second-degree manslaughter and sentenced to a maximum of 15 years. She was released in 2000. She does not live in Dryden anymore. Okay, so that is tragedy number 2. Moving on.
Baby. Yes. Okay. Next.
So that
Jesus fucking Christ.
That was the spring of 1990. Now we're going to the spring of 1991.
Great.
16-year-old Sherry Ann Fitz was a student at Homer Central High School. She was a fun-loving girl who danced to rock and roll, splashed in puddles, and shared morning walks. She earned straight A's and dreamed of becoming an engineer.
Okay, well, she's being spoken about in the past tense, so I'm going to hit my vape off camera.
Yeah, you do that. Suck it in, girl. During her junior year, she began dating a classmate named JP Merchant.
Okay.
On May 1st, 1991, this was the day before her 17th birthday, she is hanging out with a friend, and she kind of abruptly, I think she gets a phone call, and then she abruptly cuts their hangout short and says, I have to go.
Okay.
And then the next day, her friends learned that she had died by suicide. The day before her 17th birthday.
Oh.
Her friends and family were shocked. She had big plans for college, and this just didn't seem right.
Yeah, at least worth looking into.
Meanwhile, JP was becoming more emotional, more aggressive, more like just kind of isolated, antisocial, and he did not want to talk to anyone about Sherry. So JP graduated from Homer Central in 1992. Remember JP.
No.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the this is the summer of 93. We're jumping ahead too. There are 2 young women. Again, these are these are real people in a real town. That a lot of them are really kind of interconnected, and
yeah, it's a small town.
The relationship. Yeah, I'm using names. I'm trying not to confuse you, but it is like it's like looking through this side of like a dollhouse with just a million characters, because it's real life. So there's 2 young women, Colleen Muma and Kirsten Clark. They are best friends, and they are also roommates. They met, I think they met at work. They just became really good friends and moved in together. Colleen is dating a guy named Paul Jackson. Kirsten
TJ, not JP.
Yeah, we'll call him Paul. Well, he's just Paul. Kirsten went to Dryden High School with a guy named Scott Hume. They were both graduated in the class of 1986. So they're in their like early 20s at this point, mid 20s. Well, they're all 26. So it's the summer of 1993. Colleen and Paul are dating. Kirsten is sort of starting to hang out with Scott, who she had gone to high school with. So they're all kind of, the 4 of them they're friends. They hang out. They go to bars.
They're going on doubles.
Well, they're not Kirsten and Scott are not dating. They're just friends.
Okay.
Kirsten is a real one and noticed that Colleen sort of seemed to have a crush on Scott. And Paul, her boyfriend, was acting kind of weird because she was sort of pulling away and it was kind of becoming apparent in their group situations. So in early August, Kirsten, being a good friend, told Colleen, like, girl, if you aren't happy with Paul, then leave him. And if you want to give Scott a chance, he's a great guy. I've known him for a long time. Go for it. If he could make you happy, do it. Because that's what girlfriends do. On August 14th, 1993, Scott was over at the girls' apartment. It's like an upstairs apartment. He had gone over to their place like in the morning, and then they all decided to like take a nap before they went and did whatever they were doing. I don't know. So they were all napping, not like together, but
not like we used to group nap.
No, weren't those the days though?
With Black.
Yeah.
And Blick.
Yeah. Group naps.
Literally napping. It was not sexual.
Just very, very cozy.
Yep.
No, I think the girls were like each on a couch and then Scott was like on the floor or something. So they're napping in the living room when Paul entered the apartment through the unlocked front door and stabbed Scott through the heart with a kitchen knife.
Oh my God.
He had brought a knife to the apartment with him and stabbed him. Scott died at Cortland Memorial Hospital, and Paul turned himself into police. He like went home and confessed what he did to like his brother, and his brother was like, "You
gotta go to the cops.
It's really obvious that it was you. You just go to the police.
Go turn yourself in."
So he confessed to Scott's
Which is
murder.
good advice. That's a good brother.
Yeah. In 1994, he was tried and convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 15 years to life, and he was paroled in 2014. I do have a picture of Scott on the drive. Okay, circling back to JP. So in 1994, he is a 20-year-old college student. He's a sophomore at Lemoyne College. So 1994, this is 3.5 years after Sherry's
the first big
suicide.
Shock.
Well,
okay.
No.
Oh, right. The second big shock.
It was like the fourth
the
big
third.
shock.
The one that JP does not want to talk about.
Yes. So Sherry's really abrupt, shocking suicide was 3.5 years ago. And that he was dating her at the time.
Okay.
So JP is dating a Dryden High School senior whose name is...
And he's graduated at this point?
Yeah. He's a sophomore at a local college.
Okay.
So
I guess
her name is Amber Lee Starr. Amazing name. She's on the cheerleading squad. She's very like all-American. And her dad is the high school football coach.
Heck yeah. All right.
So her dad, 42-year-old Steven Starr, he's definitely like the football coach. He's a girl dad. He's a devoted family man. There's a photo of him that wearing a shirt that says like, what does it say? God, family, football.
Oh, Lord.
Like, in that order. He's just that guy. And everyone loves him. He's also very protective of his daughter, Amber. So in September of 1994, Amber decides that she's sick of JP because he's like very controlling, very possessive.
Yeah. She's living her best life. She's head cheerleader.
Yeah. And she, I think, found out while they were dating that one of his previous girlfriends had killed herself. And now she's kind of like, oh my God, I can kind of see why. Like, this is weird. So she breaks up with him. But he soon begins stalking her, showing up at the high school. And who else is at the high school? Her dad, the football coach. So he's like trying to get between this guy and his daughter to protect her. And he's like, JP, go home.
Yeah,
like,
get the fuck out of here.
This is not going to end well for you. I don't want to get involved any more than this. Stay the fuck away from my daughter. So on December 30th, 1994, at 8 in the morning, JP broke into the Starr family's home in Cortlandville and attempted to abduct Amber. He had a
You
gun.
cannot convince me that this guy did not kill his previous girlfriend. Was it Shirley?
Sherry.
Sherry, who allegedly died by suicide?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. This guy, this is nuts.
So he's like stalking through the home, like trying to get to Amber. And then Steven, the dad, comes out in the hallway and he's like, he's like, girls, get out. You know, he puts himself, his wife and daughters get out of the house and get to the neighbor's house before JP shoots him once in the rib cage and then once fatally in the head. So Steve died protecting his family as they, like I said, escaped.
He murdered her dad?
Yeah. He shot him. So they run to the neighbors. They call the police. Meanwhile, JP leaves, drives to Sherry Fitz's grave, and shoots himself in the head.
No.
He's found slumped over Sherry's grave with a gunshot wound to the head.
Did he survive?
No.
Damn
That's
it.
why we're not ever going to know about Sherry's shit.
Oh, that's right.
But
Man.
yeah, I'm
Fuck
convinced that he
guy.
had something to do with her death.
Yes.
But since it's, you know,
And what was her cause? Had she died of a gunshot wound?
I don't know. That's information that
Okay.
I didn't really want to dig for it because it is officially a suicide, and that would be like, I'm not pulling any, like, I don't know. I didn't want to. Plus, there's a bunch more to talk about too.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Amber Starr, she went on to graduate Dryden High School in 1995. So that was just that fucking following spring. That happened at the end of December.
Oh my God. Okay.
And then she graduated like 6 months later. Jesus. Okay. August 20th of 1995. So that next summer. 19-year-old Billy Pace was killed in a single vehicle car accident at approximately 2:30 a.m. Pace, who had just graduated in June along with Amber from Dryden High School, was seated behind the driver in a car driven by a guy named Eric Anglin when the car went out of control, struck 3 trees and then a signpost.
Oh no.
Fellow passengers Jeff Hugaboom and Kyle Deneen were injured, and Eric was cited for reckless driving and leaving the scene of a personal injury accident. So that kind of paints a picture.
Yeah.
All of the boys were just 19 years old. Billy was the only one who died.
Oh my God.
On September 10th, 1996, just over a year later, Billy's little brother,
The guy who had been killed in the car accident's brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Billy's little brother, high school senior Scott Pace, age 17, dies in a car accident also.
No way. Oh my God, those poor parents.
I know, I just got goosebumps.
Oh my God.
So Scott died after the car in which he was a passenger crashed into a tree chipper truck, like a wood chipper. So the accident happened on his way home from football practice. And a fellow teammate had said he had just been, quote, real excited this week to play some football.
I feel sick. This is all in this one town. And it was like they didn't have like a year without something crazy happening. Oh God. Okay.
I need you to know it gets so much worse. So that was on September 10th. On September 24th, so 2 weeks later, 29-year-old Bob Bergman, who was a supervisor at a car detailing shop. He had worked for more than 4 years at Stafford Chevrolet Isuzu Geo in Dryden.
Hell yeah.
He had a coworker at the dealership who had just been hired like 6 months earlier. His name was Ed Bailey, 28 years old. According to his wife, Ed's wife, Ed had been having paranoid delusions for several months before spending a short time in a psychiatric hospital. Before he left, went home, didn't tell his wife that he was coming home, just kind of showed back up at home.
Oh, dear.
And then he went out and bought a gun.
Great.
So he went to...
You can just do that.
You can just do that.
It's just really easy to do that. So
he went to work one morning and like Ed's family, the Baileys, and Bob's family, the Bergmans, like kind of knew each other outside of work also. And for some reason, Ed was pissed at Bob he had just been bugging him. He was his supervisor. So like Bob was just getting under Ed's skin, I guess.
Well, and Ed was going through something. So Bob might have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, Bob said something that pissed him off, something about like a misplaced car key. And Ed went home, got his gun, returned to the auto shop, and shot Bob and killed him.
My God.
So Ed was convicted of first-degree manslaughter and sentenced to 12 and a half to 25 years. And then I found this part. This is like a weird, very possibly tangential thing, but this was from Reddit. A couple of months later, allegedly, Ed's brother, Lester Bailey, who was a police officer in Ithaca, was convicted of sexually abusing his fiance's child.
Oh, God.
The Syracuse Herald-Journal reporting explicitly identifies them as brothers, but court opinions and local Bailey family obituaries do not reference the relationship. So that could be something else. But yeah, Bob was murdered in his place of work. 10 days after that, and just 3 weeks after Scott's death, on Friday, October 4th, 1996. Oh, this is the very brutal one.
This? Oh, no. Okay.
High school juniors Jennifer Bolduc and Sarah Hajni did not show up for school. And this was cause for alarm because they were cheerleaders. They were on the Dryden High School cheerleading squad, just like
Sherry and Amber and...
Amber, I'm not sure if Sherry was, but yeah. So it was also game night, Friday, game night, October. The girls had stayed overnight at Sarah's house the night before because her parents were out of town on a 4-day vacation to Bar Harbor, Maine.
Cute.
It's like when my parents would go to like my sister's hockey tournaments in the middle of like the school year, and we just have the house to ourselves for a little bit. That was fun.
It was really fun.
So tell me this wouldn't have been familiar too. Andy Simmons, who was class of 97, so I think he was also in their class. He had stayed over that night also to house sit with them while her parents were gone. Andy said he last saw them at 7 a.m. on Friday when he headed out to go to school. So they had a boy over, 2 girls, 1 boy. Just...
They had him bring them McDonald's.
Yeah.
They did not kiss him or touch him at all.
No, but
they
thought
put
about
him to
it.
Sleep in another room, and then he left in the morning. We've done that.
Yeah. So he was like, they were at...
Hi, Lyle.
So yeah, he's like, they were there. I don't know why they didn't come to school. I saw them like a few hours ago. So the police were called, and they discovered signs of a struggle inside the house with the girls nowhere to be found.
Oh, no.
Like there was their cheerleader uniforms. They had just been washed and they were like air drying.
Yeah.
But then the shower curtain had been like ripped off and the soap holder had been like broken off the wall. Like something happened in the bathroom.
Like while they were getting ready, maybe while one of them was getting ready for the day.
Yeah. So a massive manhunt was called. They first found the Hajni family's, like the Chevy Lumina in the parking lot, in a parking lot 7 miles away, with all sorts of suspicious shit in it, like grass and leaves and dirt and blood. So something happened. Meanwhile, the cops are interviewing neighbors, And the Hajni's next door neighbor, 31-year-old John Andrews, is not acting right.
Oh, no.
Andrews had graduated from Dryden High School in 1984. They all went to the same fucking high school. It's wild.
They don't leave this town.
Well, I just like the connections, like the high school, this high school community in particular is just like, what the fuck? Okay, so he had been in the Air Force and had been dishonorably discharged and imprisoned in a military prison for 2 separate attacks on young women who were,
oh my God,
who were his,
and he lived next door.
Who were his neighbor. His previous victims had both been his neighbors.
No.
Yeah. So,
dude, come on.
One of them was a violent assault in 1991 while stationed in Spangdahlem Air Base in Germany. He attacked a friend's wife by striking her in the head 3 times with a dumbbell.
Holy shit. Ew.
Yeah. So
and this guy was just moved around and then discharged with no consequences when he got back home other than, okay, you can't play military anymore. But he doesn't have to be on some kind of list. Neighbors don't have to be alerted.
I guess not. And he was married.
Yeah, well,
and had
assholes get married every day.
And had a child.
They do that too.
I know, but just like leave other people out of...
Yeah.
Okay, so he got out. He moved with his wife to a new house right next door to the Hajnis. At the time when this happened, their son was 6 years old.
Oh my God.
So the girls disappeared on Friday morning, basically, and I believe it was Sunday evening. The cops get a call from a woman. Okay, again, this is kind of confusing. This woman was engaged to a man who owned a small one-room cabin in nearby Ostelek. So they owned this cabin. They told a friend who was going to be in the area that he could go up and use it. You can go sleep. You just go stay in the cabin. So the friend goes in, unlocks it, and goes in and
it's a mess.
Found what looked to be like a lot of blood in the middle of the floor. So he left and called his friend and his fiance, and he's like, what the fuck is this? So they went up and looked at it. And they're like, yeah, well, I don't know what's going on. So she called the police, and the police said, does anybody else have access to this cabin? Yeah. And she said, well, yeah, my brother. What's your brother's name? John Andrews.
Yep.
So they immediately arrested John on Monday, October 7th. Again, the details of this don't matter. But they were taken probably while they were alive to the cabin and tortured and killed and dismembered.
Oh my God.
And then he just drove around and
scattered
threw parts of them out the window.
Wow.
So their remains were later discovered across rural roads in Madison and Chenango counties.
Wow. Oh my fucking God.
They were 16. They were 16 years old.
That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah. So on Saturday, November 2nd, one day after being indicted on 26 counts of murder, kidnapping, aggravated sexual assault, auto theft, burglary, and criminal possession of a weapon, John Andrews hanged himself in his jail cell with his shoelaces.
Okay.
To compound this tragedy, as if you could, Coach Steven Stars, the guy who got shot in his home,
by JP, yeah,
his youngest daughter was really good friends with these girls.
So she lost her dad and one of her best friends.
2 of her closest friends, fellow cheerleader, yeah.
To tragic murders, evil circumstances.
Yeah.
Cool. How much more is there?
There's more. There's 3 more. There's 3 more. Okay. But back to the Starr family for just a hot second. In June of 1999, Gary Castle, who was the young Dryden High School athletic director, so he was really good friends with Coach Steve Starr.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of became a surrogate father to the Starr sisters after their dad had been killed.
Mm-hmm.
And he died suddenly of a heart attack.
Oh, good. Okay.
So as
Great.
if they haven't been pulled through. Okay. On June 11th, 1999, around 2:30 a.m., 19-year-old Katie Savino was the passenger in the back seat of a car she was also a cheerleader, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And she was also best friends with Sarah, who was one of the cheerleaders who was murdered by John Andrews.
By the neighbor, yeah.
She was a passenger in the back seat of a car being driven by her friend, Cheryl Thayer.
Mm-hmm.
The night that the girls were abducted, well, first of all, just going back to the shower thing, you were right. They think that one of the girls was in the shower and John had become obsessed with and planned to abduct just Sarah, who was the one who lived in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But
Probably
one of them
anticipate that they were having a sleepover or whatever.
Yeah, one of them was in the shower, so he ended up, his plan was he was rattled, his plan got fucked up, and so that's probably why it escalated the way that it did. But I mean, like, if he was going to do that anyway. Katie had plans to be at that sleepover that night.
My God.
But she canceled at the last minute. So and Sarah was like her BFF. She had graduated from Dryden High School the year before in 1998, and she was attending State University of New York at Oswego and was a member of Sigma Delta Tau sorority.
SUNY Oswego, let's go.
So Cheryl, the driver, was under the influence and crashed the car into a tractor trailer on McLean Road. There were 3 guys who were the other passengers in the car. They all got out, and the driver of the tractor trailer pulled Cheryl out. But I think it was like the driver's side, and Katie was right behind her. So the driver of the tractor trailer pulled Cheryl out. The other 3 dude passengers all got out, and then they were going to go to get Katie out, and then, quote, the car just blew up.
This is like a Final Destination town, and I do not like it.
I know. So all 3 girls are buried next to each other.
Oh. Yeah.
2,300 people attended the memorial service. And just like the way they taught, I watched a whole documentary about this. It's called Village of the Damned. It's from Discovery Plus. But just like the way that these people are talked about, and like, well, I got one more. Hold on. This is the last one. On September 9th, 1999, Mike Vogt, V-O-G-T.
Or maybe Voight,
Mike, age 20, a former Dryden football star and close friend of both Scott Pace, one of the brother car accidents, and Katie Savino, the other car accident. Died by suicide at a cabin in the woods about 3 months after Katie's death.
Oh, it's just like too much loss. Couldn't handle it.
It was too much.
Poor kid.
So Dryden obviously got a bad rap for all of this, being called the Village of the Damned. Clearly, there was not enough time to give all these people the personal details and like stories and intricacies about their lives that they deserve. But I found an article actually written by E. Jean Carroll. She wrote a great piece on Dryden for Spin magazine. It's from 2001.
Wow.
But if you want to read more, it helps to bring these people to life a little bit more. The article is called The Cheerleaders.
That's an unbelievable amount of tragedy to befall one small, closely intertwined community, or any community, period. But that is just so fucking sad.
Yeah. And like, when what do you say? With each new thing, people are just like, they can't believe it. And it just keeps happening.
It just keeps happening. And then it just abruptly kind of stopped.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess whatever you qualify
life,
but a major tragedy as, but
unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right.
And it feels like it starts with the like unexplainable execution of a family of 4 and somehow it just gets worse.
Keeps getting worse. Yeah, it's unbelievable. My segment is not nearly this devastating, so let's take a quick break to recalibrate and finish on a lighter note about the Finger Lakes. Thanks, Tiffany.
Don't be afraid of Dryden, though. Because the people who live there, I mean, they pulled together in ways that are shocking and should not have ever been required.
No, and incredibly admirable, and it shows the strength of their community.
And they don't want to be known as a cursed town.
No.
They just had a really bad run for a decade.
They had a bad decade.
Ugh. Okay. I just had to put that out there. Don't be afraid of Dryden if you're in Dryden listening.
We love you, and we'll come visit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We're going to take a quick break.
We'll be right back.
We just got back from a work trip and I was feeling a little bit off, and I realized it's because I completely forgot to drink water, which is really easy to do when you're traveling and you're busy and you're active and you have a million things in your brain. And you can really feel it like in your body when the little water you are drinking isn't cutting it.
Yeah.
And that's when I reach for a drip drop to help me rebound faster and stay sharp no matter how much else I have going on.
For real, Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better, which is exactly what all of us need in 2026. I'm talking support for busy days, for long workouts, and everything in between. Drip Drop uses science-based formulas for rapid hydration so you feel results fast while getting 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Drip Drop is trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams, none of which we are. But if they trust it, we can too, because it's engineered to hydrate you faster and more effectively than water alone. This is perfect if one of your goals this year was to include better habits that actually stick, because my gosh, it is so easy. And my favorite news is that Drip Drop just dropped Zero Sugar Plus, a breakthrough formula with an advanced blend of 6 key electrolytes, 15 essential vitamins and nutrients, and no sugar or artificial sweeteners. It is the complete package that truly checks all the boxes and then some. And honestly, all of their products taste amazing. There are 16 original flavors and 8 Zero Sugar Plus options that fit seamlessly into my routine. And I really love, like, they have these really good tropical flavors that I am obsessed with. And it makes me actually want to drink water because it's not just boring plain water. So to make it easy, Drip Drop has flexible subscription options so you're never stuck without proven fast hydration, whether you're hitting the gym, juggling work, or just trying to stay consistent with your reset.
Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code GALS. That's dripdrop.com, promo code GALS for 20% off. Stock up right now at dripdrop.com and use promo code GALS.
We are always looking for ways to stop leaving money on the table. And I'm telling you, a big one for a lot of businesses, missed calls. Because a missed call is money out the door. Quo helps you and your team share one business number, reply faster, and stay on top of every customer conversation so you never miss an opportunity to connect. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Quo, spelled Quo, the smarter way to run your business communications.
Quo is genius. I love this product. Quo is the #1 rated business phone system on G2 with over 3,000 reviews, built for how modern teams work. And that's why more than 90,000 businesses, from solo operators to growing teams to, I don't know, restaurants in the Des Moines Metro, rely on Quo to stay connected, professional, and consistently reachable. Quo works wherever you are, so you can have it on your app on your phone or your computer in your office. And it lets you keep your existing number
The best.
You can add new numbers or teammates in minutes, sync your CRM, and rely on seamless routing and call flows as your business scales. So like Amanda said, your whole team can handle calls and texts from one shared number. It keeps it in a very clean thread so you're not missing anything. And this is such a smart system. Quo's AI automatically logs calls, generates summaries, and highlights next steps so nothing gets lost. And when you have that like small business owner brain dead, just like static fuzz in your eyeballs.
Did I not follow up on that? Oh my God.
Quo helps so much. It's so easy. Calls, texts, voicemails, transcripts, and contact details all live in one clean dashboard view. With full context at your fingertips, your team communicates faster, stays aligned, and delivers a more personal experience.
So make this the season where no opportunity and no customer slips away. Try Quo for free. Plus, get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/gals. That's QUO.com/gals. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers.
Well, the weather's getting better, but somehow everything else suddenly got more expensive. And that's why everyone is getting a little more intentional about how they actually unwind. And that is where IndaCloud fits in. IndaCloud is your fully legal online cannabis dispensary for gummies, exotic flower, premium pre-rolls, zero sugar THC sodas, sleep gummies, and now rooms. This is a clean, alcohol-free way to relax, reset, or shift your mindset without throwing off tomorrow. And no Sunday scaries involved. Everything available is federally legal hemp THC, lab-tested, and shipped discreetly to your door.
Honestly, that like everything being more expensive thing really does have me thinking about how I am spending my social time. Because I'm going to tell you, alcohol is pricey. Very, very pricey and has next day consequences that IndaCloud just doesn't put you through. It's really, really, really nice. And I really like that it covers kind of the gamut of everything you're looking for. Like if you're just looking for some balance to your life, you could reach for your energy gummies for when you need to just like get a little burst of energy. If you need to like feel a little bit of a social uptick, you can get a THC soda. You can stay social without overdoing it. And like Lucy said, rooms for when you want something just a little more immersive. And of course, they've got classic flower for just when the day is over. For me, that's my 5 o'clock happy hour. I'm getting my classic flower. They also have low dose options for not only staying functional, but if you're like just starting to try your journey, you want to just start out a little slow, IndaCloud has you covered. And not everything needs to cost more to feel better, you know?
If you're 21 or older, go to indacloud.co, that's .co, not .com. And for new customers, use code GALS for 40% off your order. That's indacloud.co, code GALS for 40% off, shipped discreetly to your door, plus free shipping on orders over $50 and free gifts on qualifying orders. And please don't forget to fill out the quick survey when you order to support this show.
I have 2 things for us today. Both lighthearted, nobody dies, not tragic. Well,
What a treat.
Yep. While seeking weird true stories of the Finger Lakes, like I said, I found 2 things that I had to cover, starting with this article, blog, essay that reads like something we had to write in high school with a word count so that you add more unnecessarily like juicy words and use your thesaurus way too much. I just love how it's written, so I'm just going to read it. It's from the FL Times, fingerlakestimes.com, under their local history section from September of 2013. And it is titled, Way Back When in Yates County, 1873 Fishtail Introduced Cayuga Lake to the World. And there is a photo on the drive of a little boy standing next to a fish. And I am going to tell you the story of that photo right now.
Oh my God. This is what you texted me yesterday.
Yes, it said, don't look at it.
Look at his camel toe. No.
Girl, he's got bigger problems. Perhaps the most famous photo in the history of Yates County was taken in 1873. It was widely distributed and helped put Cayuga Lake and Penyan on the map. Both in this country and in Europe, it was a photo of a boy and a fish. The Yates County Chronicle of September 4th, 1873, beautifully described the incident that led to the photo. Quote, Dr. J.C. Mills has executed a photograph of Harry Morse, the little trout fisher, with the trout that tried to catch him.
Oh my God.
The picture sells by hundreds. He also executed a fine stereograph representing the boy's mother as well as the boy and fish. A wonderful fish story. The Finny tribes have been the theme of many marvelous yarns, and frequently so incredible that a fish story has become the synonym for things more wonderful than voracious. The story we have to tell is marvelous and at the same time as true as marvelous. The trout of our lake are shy fish. It is not every slouch that entices them to grapple the hook. It is only the sagacious and wary angler that catches them on his line and lands them at will. It is true that they sometimes bite more greedily than at others, and perhaps that fact may help to account for the curious and apparently incredible yarn we are enabled to spin on the present occasion.
This is so long-winded. It's kind of crazy.
On a pleasant, sunny afternoon, August 27th, 1873, Mrs. Ion Morse, widow of Myron Morse and daughter of Reuben L. Corey of this village, with her little son Harry, 7 years old, was quietly angling for small fish near the shore at Brandy Bay on Lake Cayuga. The mother was watching her line on one side of the skiff and the boy on the other. She was startled by a sudden scream from the lad, and turning round, saw a large trout floundering in the bottom of the boat, and the boy with a bloody face and terribly frightened.
My God.
At the suggestion of someone on shore, she gave the fish a rap with an oar, which quieted him. When she pulled for land, it appeared that while the boy was leaning over the side of the boat with his face down near the water, the fish, which weighed about 8 pounds, had sprang from the water and struck his teeth into the boy's nose. Such was his momentum that as the boy drew back from his approach, the fish fell over into the skiff and lost his life by his bold adventure.
Oh my God.
The boy's nose received a long and severe gash, and the wound is yet very plainly visible. Such a thing as this was never heard of before in this quarter of the world, and we are aware needs to be well vouched for to be believed. Of its truth, there is not a shadow of a doubt. Although a wonderful fish story, it is not fishy in any dubious sense.
Oh my God.
Harry Morse carried the scar on his nose for the rest of his life, and what a life he had. His uncle, Oscar Morse, was a well-respected steamboat captain on Cayuga Lake, and Harry, as a boy, went to work on the steamboats. As he grew older and more experienced, he rose from jobs on the crew to the more esteemed positions of pilot and captain. In 1892, at the age of 26, he was hired as captain on the Mary Bell. The Mary Bell, with a steel hull and twin props, was a state-of-the-art steamboat. At 150 feet long, it was the biggest to ever sail on Cayuga Lake.
Wow.
At a top speed of 20 miles per hour, it was also the fastest, able to make the trip from Penn Yan to Hammondsport in just over an hour.
What?
Described as, quote, the finest boat on any inland waterway in New York, its interior had fine upholstery and woodwork with brass fittings. Because of its immense popularity, the Mary Bell often exceeded its 650 passenger capacity.
Wow.
On one such occasion, Captain Morse, Harry, the boy who lost his nose, well, cut his nose.
He did.
Had the boat.
You can't even see it in this
you
photo.
You can't see it in the photo. I know. I don't think it's as bad as nosebleed. He had a nosebleed.
Carried the scar for the rest of his days.
Life. Captain Morse had the boat off Bluff Point when a severe storm came up the lake. Rough water started to wash over the gunwales, and people on board started to get very nervous. Someone shouted, "Don't worry, Harry is at the wheel." One passenger overheard that was Booth Lowry of Mississippi. He was a poet who was in the area for an assembly at Cayuga College. The storm blew over, and the Mary Bell made its way to Penn Yan. By the time she got there, Lowry had written this poem titled Harry's at the Wheel.
This is so weird.
The crowds were surging fore and aft. The waves were rolling high. The blackened clouds are marching forth, and war is in the sky. The Storm King hurls his sheeted bolts above and all around, and hill and valley echo back the awe-inspiring sound. But clouds may burst and winds may roar, and vessels rock and reel. In triumph we will plow the waves, for Harry's at the wheel. See how the trees along the shore are bending humbly down. See how the quivering meadows writhe beneath the storm clouds' frown. See how the armored whitecaps rise like warships off the shore. Then dash in fury each on each, and sink to rise no more.
Wow.
Our gallant vessel quivers now from topmost deck to keel, but we'll defy the fiercest storm while Harry's at the wheel. Then frown, O Storm King, in your wrath, and hurl your bolts of fire. Bring all your shadowed legions forth to join a conflict dire. The heaving bosom of the lake in frenzy writhes beneath, and fiery daggers gleam above from many a blackened sheath. But we'll defy your howling blast and furious thunder peal, for we're aboard the Marybelle and Harry's at the wheel. Harry Morse didn't spend his entire life on the steamboats. He went west to Montana to raise sheep in the late 1890s for 8 years and then came back to Penn Yan. You could take the Penn Yan out of the man. I mean, you could take the man out of Penn Yan, but you can't take the Penn Yan out of the man. He tried the steamboats again, but then became interested in the new moving picture shows that were becoming popular.
The talkies.
The talkies. For 5 years, he leased and managed the Sampson Theater in Penn Yan. In 1921, Harry bought the Sherman House Hotel on Elm Street and transformed it into a movie theater called the Elmwood Theater, which opened on May 27th, 1921. The Yates County Chronicle of June 4th, 1921 described it as such, and I'm not going to read that. We don't need all of this. But he made some movies with an eye on new technology. He was the first in Penn Yan to have a bicycle during the wheeling craze of the 1890s.
He was just a trend chaser, wasn't he?
He was. Morse invested in Vitaphone equipment in the late 1920s, which enabled his theater to show the new talking movies. The first one, The Broadway Melody, was shown on May 6, 1929. It ran for 4 days in Penn Yan to a packed house each time. The movie later became the first movie with sound to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. Then he played the Terror in Old Arizona. He petitioned the Village to allow movies to be shown on Sundays.
Whoa.
And won.
Radical.
It won in a vote of 1,376 yay to 435 nay. They got their Sunday movies.
Losers.
He died at his Cayuga Street home in 1936 at the age of 70. The Elmwood Theater was sold later that year and became part of the Shine Brothers chain of theaters. It was the only movie theater in Penn Yan from that time until the last movie was shown there in 1971.
Wow.
With all that Harry Morse accomplished in his lifetime, he is most remembered for an 8-pound trout that landed with his nose. That's Harry Morse.
I love Harry.
I know. Okay.
What a life.
What a life. That was my part 1 of 2. Here is my part 2. Okay, so I promised you more about Seneca Lake.
Yes.
So here's my main story. I'm covering a legend that even I heard about when living in Rochester, and that is the Seneca Lake Monster, who allegedly resides in the deepest of New York's Finger Lakes, and at 618 feet deep and 38 miles long, it has plenty of room for secrets. The mystery does not start with 19th century sailors, though those may be the earliest documented sightings, but it really begins with the indigenous people of the region. The Seneca Nation told stories of a dragon-like horned water serpent known as the Onyare. They believed the lake was bottomless and that this monster was a powerful force capable of capsizing canoes and eating people.
I believe all of it.
Me too.
Of course there's monsters.
While early colonizers initially dismissed these as superstitions, it wasn't long before they started seeing things for themselves. That's when we get to the 19th century sailors. The most famous encounter happened on July 14th, 1899, involving the sidewheel steamship, the Otechiani. Around 7 p.m., the captain and several prominent passengers, including a geologist and a few city commissioners, spotted what they thought was an overturned boat. As they approached it, the object suddenly turned and revealed its true nature. A creature that raised its head, opened a mouthful of 2 rows of sharp white teeth, and looked right at them.
Oh my God.
In a moment of high-stakes drama, Captain Herendeen ordered the ship to ram the creature. The impact threw the passengers off their feet and broke the animal's spine. Witnesses described it as being about 25 feet long, with a triangular head and a body covered in a brown and green, quote, horny surface, similar to a turtle's shell.
Ooh.
The crew managed to get ropes around the carcass, but just as they were hauling it up, the rope near the tail conveniently slipped. The massive weight was too much to hold, and the monster slid back into the water, sinking 600 feet to the bottom, never to be recovered.
Wow.
All we had was their word for it.
It's not much.
It is. While the Otechiani is the most detailed account, the timeline is packed with other strange reports. 1883, a 30-foot monster was reported in the Seneca River, though the press dismissed it as just a large eel. And there are clippings on the drive in my photos. I think one of them says, captured an eel. The reported Seneca sea serpent. I love.
13 feet long?
Apparently.
Cripes.
Apparently, a large eel. In 1903, a man named Grover Huines claimed a huge serpent followed his boat for half a mile. He was so terrified he swore he'd never go out on the water again. 1914, a man named Edric McConnell reported a 10-foot black creature with a head the size of a human's, featuring hair that stuck straight up. Maybe a horny surface.
Ew.
1921, a fisherman saw a creature as long as a rowboat with a head as large as a barrel.
Whoa, barrel-sized head.
Now, of course, not every sighting holds water.
Also, I find it a problem that they're all men.
They're all men, and everything looks like it could have been refuse.
Yeah,
so, like, you're telling me you're drunk on a boat and you see something with a head the size of a barrel and you don't think it's just, like, garbage that's
a barrel.
A barrel. In 1927, a monster sighting turned out to be a black Angus cow swimming back to shore. Poor bastard.
Didn't see that coming.
Nope. In 1929, another serpent was revealed to be an oil drum with a ferociously painted face and wooden horns. Someone literally was like, I'm going to fuck with people who think there's a monster in the lake.
Oh my God, I love that.
There was even a 1930 hoax where a group of boys built a monster head just to get their picture in the Geneva Times.
Smart.
So what are we looking at here, Scott? Or a segment I like to call the prevailing theories. One theory is it could be a prehistoric survivor. Professor George R. Elwood, the geologist who had been on the Otechiani when they allegedly slammed into it, broke its spine, tried to haul it onto the deck, and then it sunk to the bottom, believed the creature was a Cleidiastes, an extinct North American marine lizard.
Can't even find the clid.
Could not find the Cleidiastes. If his life depended on it, if it were 20 feet long and hit with his rowboat.
If it was shaped like a barrel.
Theory number 2, giant fish. Some experts like geoscience professor Don Woodrow suggest many sightings are just oversized carp that look bizarre when they turn over to sun themselves. Others suggest giant sturgeon or snapping turtles.
Oh, I hate snapping turtles. They're so really nasty.
Scary. They're really scary. Theory number 3 is my favorite, the wine theory. Some skeptical newspapers at the time suggested that because Seneca Lake is indeed wine country, witnesses might have just overindulged at local cellars before seeing monsters.
You're just drunk, Jerry.
You're just drunk. You had a little bit too much of that Cayuga Cab Franc.
One too many, and he's seeing that sea monster again.
Mm-hmm. And here's a throwback to something terrifying you mentioned earlier. A theory is underwater caves and tunnels. Rumors persist of an underground channel between Seneca and Cayuga Lakes, which are the only two Finger Lakes with bottoms below sea level. Some believe this tunnel could be the Serpent's Lair.
Yeah.
The legend is so ingrained in local culture that in July of 2015, the Geneva City Council voted 7-1 to officially prohibit the hunting or trapping of the Seneca Lake monster.
Okay.
So, whether it's a prehistoric relic or a clever bit, like
it's protected.
Senny, as some like to call it, is now legally protected.
Senny.
Little Senny. Well, big Senny.
Cute.
So this is my call to any of our Finger Lakes region listeners. If you have ever stared into the triangle head and 2 rows of teeth of the Seneca Lake monster and lived to tell the tale, I want to know what you know about the Seneca Lake monster. If you've seen Senny.
I want to know about its horny skin.
Or I want that horny skin. So yeah, that's what I've got for you for Finger Lakes. Not nearly as devastating, thank God.
I couldn't handle it.
No.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to cover those 2 funny things. I knew you had a lot to get through, so I kept it light. I kept it short.
I'm glad.
And I really wish the town of Dryden the best.
Yeah. Let's, yeah.
We love them. We hope
we
that they're doing okay.
We wish them many tourism dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And healing.
Mm-hmm.
Great
and
emotional
all the delicious
healing.
Finger Lakes wine that you can drink.
Yes. Well, thank
God
you,
bless
Tiffany
you.
Raymond.
Yes, Tiffany.
Thank
the
you
Finger Lakes.
These 11 Finger Lakes.
They are amazing.
2 thumbs up for the Finger Lakes. We, as always, if you want to hear this and all of our episodes ad-free, join us on Uncorked, because we got a lot of other weird shit over there, too.
It's a party over there. And they keep rolling out fun new features that we keep trying out, and we're having a good time.
Yep. Join our book club. We're reading a book about Nazis on meth right now.
What? Yep, you heard that right.
All right.
Lot going on.
Ocho says bye. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Like what you see? Check out more episodes and become a member to unlock exclusive content.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.